Hi, I'm Kerry from eSpares, and in this video I'm going to show you how to test your heating element in a Whirlpool washing machine using a multimeter and how to replace it if needed. If the water inside your washing machine isn't heating up, this is a sign that the heating element might be faulty, or it could be that the NTC has stopped working. To test and potentially replace the heating element in your Whirlpool washing machine, you will need a Torx T20 screwdriver, an 8mm socket set and a multimeter. You may also need a new heating element too. We'll include a link in the description below where you can buy a new heater, as well as a link to where you can buy a new multimeter if you don't already own one. Before starting, it's helpful to understand what multimeters actually are. Multimeters are handy tools that can be used to measure the electrical resistance in a circuit. In simple terms, this means that they can be used to test electrical parts and components to determine whether or not they're working properly. If you don't own a multimeter, you can buy one from our website through a link in the description below. And remember, safety first. Always make sure you switch off your appliance and unplug it from the mains before carrying out any work. Let's start by removing your washing machine's back panel. To do this, you will need to remove the 6 screws that hold the panel in place using your Torx T20 screwdriver. Now remove the back panel and place it to one side. You will now be able to see the heating element at the bottom of your machine. You will need to remove the 3 electrical connections from the heater and the NTC if there's one attached. Take note of where the connections are to ensure that you reconnect them in the right places later. Each of these connections will have a small locking tab connected to their spade. To remove each connection, just push the tab down onto the spade, then pull the connection free. Now you can test the heating element to see if it's working or faulty. First, turn the multimeter on and then set it to the continuity setting, also known as the beeper setting. Then place the 2 multimeter prongs onto the spades of the element. If you have a reading of around 25 ohms or higher, this is generally considered a good reading and means the element is working fine. In this case, you will likely need to test and replace the NTC instead. If your element is working, head over to our other video on how to test and replace an NTC here. However, if you have a reading below 25 ohms or there's no reading at all, this means that the element is faulty and will need to be replaced. To remove a faulty heating element, you will need to loosen the central locking bolt with your 8mm socket set. Loosen this to the end of the thread without fully removing it. With the bolt now loosened, you can then remove the heating element from its housing. This could be fairly tight, especially in older machines, so take your time. You may also need to use a tool such as a large flathead screwdriver to help prise the heater free. Here's a tip if you are struggling to remove the heating element. Try smacking the bolt with the head of your socket like this. This can release some pressure on the rubber seal around the element so it can be released. Now it's time to fit your new heating element, but before buying a new heating element for your washing machine, you'll need to know the model number. This is so that you can get the correct part for the make and model of your appliance. If you're not sure what your model number is or where to find it, don't worry. Check out our video on finding your washing machine's model number here. When fitting a new heating element, then you may need to fit the old NTC sensor to it, if the new one does not come with the sensor included. Now it's time to fit the new heating element. First, simply slot it into place like so. Then you're going to tighten the 8mm bolt to secure the element in place. Now reattach all the electrical connections that you removed earlier, making sure that each one is in the correct place. Finally, you can refit the back panel by securing the 6 screws that you removed earlier. And there you have it, how to test and replace the heating element for a Whirlpool washing machine using a multimeter. Once your washing machine is back in working order, it's useful to know whether you're using it efficiently to save on energy. So check out our video on energy saving tips for your washing machine here. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for appliance repairs, maintenance guides and all things eSpares. Thanks for watching.